Hey, White Knuckle Nation. Real quick before the podcast starts, I wanted to bring up the Gilson family, lovingly known in our community as Rubenista. Tragically, on January 1st, on their way to do what we all love most, wheel, the Gilson family was involved in a single vehicle rollover accident where tragically both parents, Josh and Christina, lost their lives. They did have two young children with them. They were injured, but they are going to be okay. Josh and Christina actually leave behind three children, all very young. And we as a community want to do what we can to help them. So we're going to post the official fundraising link below. It is, whenever you get to it, it's the right one if it says Dads of Castle Rock. They are using the 501c3 Dads of Castle Rock account to ensure that 100% of the funds go to the kids. So, again, this is terrible and tragic, and we want to do what we can. So we are asking if anybody can donate, please do. And if you can't, that's okay. Just please cover this family in prayer. All right, White Knuckle, do what y'all do. See you.
Oh my goodness. We're in
Oh
trouble now.
dear.
Recording in
Hey,
family
hey,
progress.
everyone. Welcome to the WKN podcast where we talk about everything four-wheel drive, everything not four-wheel drive, pretty much whatever's on our mind. That's what you're going to hear. These are our hosts,
Thomas.
Tracy.
Dustin.
and I'm Sylvia, and this is our very special guest,
Will from Metalcloak.
Yeah. And we are on our, check this out, guys. We are so awesome that we have a second season. They let us come back. So we are
We've been
season
renewed.
2 episode. Yeah, we renewed ourselves. And
We secretly snuck it in there. They don't know
And
about
then-
it.
And then we were able to convince Will to come hang out with us. So yeah, like we're moving on up in the world. It's doing good. I'll get canceled tomorrow.
100%. 100%.
So not
We'll at least be canceled till Friday because no one will see this until then.
That's right.
Well, tomorrow from today's fake Friday. You know how that works.
Yeah.
It's Monday, but fake Friday. We forget that often.
All
So did you guys have a good break?
Yeah.
Busy? Yeah.
Sure.
Did anybody get any Christmas presents for their Jeep? Will, you may also answer this.
No,
You didn't get any Christmas. Really?
not for the Jeep.
Dang. Not for the Jeep. What about you, Thomas? Did you get anything for the Jeep for Christmas?
Well, it was a combination. It wasn't specific Christmas, but a lot of stuff. Everything. The front end, tires, rims. We did get something that was not, and that was a
Did you get new rims coming?
No, they were already bought.
Okay. Someone was just okay, I get it. Okay.
Everything through the year just kind of got rolled up into.
I was like, if so, throw me those ones until I get my tons.
No, that's new rims will come when I get my tons.
Yeah. And then Stacey, you got new tires too for Christmas, right? Ish.
Yeah, I got the new tires. That's why we didn't, after spending all the money on his tires, my tires, still paying for the other ones that he got from Jack and the cruise. We were like, we are not.
We tow.
Oh yeah, and your new front end too.
Oh yeah. Dustin, what did you get me? See, I don't even know. All I know is that I got a new front camera, and he made my bumper a stubby bumper, which is it was like a coupon Christmas thing.
Well, what's funny, Dustin, is she didn't ask you what you got for Christmas. She asked, "What did you get her for Christmas?"
Because I don't know. I don't know half the stuff
for Christmas. So
he just keeps bringing. Every couple of days I come downstairs to something heavy on the table in a box. I'm like, what the heck is this? So what all did you get? What all did you get us?
Well, you got the Taser front camera.
I love that so much already.
Do you?
So
yes, I can actually see what's in front of me. I'm gonna quit humping rocks so bad.
That's not a good thing.
They were on Black Friday sale for
because I'm like, I guess there's a rock there. Now I'll be able to see, not do that. Plus, with my bumper small.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but I just won't hit it with my bumper.
And then I ordered a bunch of parts for the 14 bolt.
Oh yeah.
We got some parts that were not our parts.
Yeah. So we ordered the.
I think
Well,
Fusion
ordered
was having a rough time.
Yeah, Fusion 4x4 ordered the bearings to rebuild the 14-bolt hubs, and then they sent us those along with a Dana 60 front hub, and then
someone had sent
a
them
custom turn spindle. Like they had it machined to some specification, and then they
somehow
they
ended up
sent
at our
that to me
house.
too. And then I called them and I was like, "Hey, I got this. It's not mine." Like, "Oh well, this guy paid to have them
Let me figure
overnighted
out
to
who
him."
that is.
Yeah, he was asking where this was, so I'll
Our
send you a
house.
label, and yeah,
Oh wow.
we got it.
It was fine. I was like, that sucks though. They paid overnight. It was like definitely 4 or 5 days later before we finally figured it out.
Oh no.
Because I mean, he just thought it was ours. You know, it's heavy in the box, and then when we opened it, he's like, "What the heck is this?" Asking me what the heck it is. Like I know what the heck. Like, why are you
what is
asking
this?
me? I have no idea. Then of course, I'm like, will it work? Like, I don't even know. Like, can we use this? It was funny.
We got the Yukon gears and master install kit for the 14 bolt, and then we ordered the ARB, and then they sent me an email that said the ARB was confirmed, and then it didn't have any, and now they're on back order. So
hey, like my headlights.
We bought that, and then now we're not getting it. So
it's gonna take a minute, but we don't need it immediately anyway, so it's fine.
No, it's gonna be
like every day that I would bring money home, like you know how I have like my cash envelope that I do for my Jeep. I like put money. I'm like, where the hell did the rest of the money go? And Dustin's like, I went to the bank today because I ordered parts. Like, holy crap, sir, calm it down. It was funny. It was funny.
Nope, to the point where he sold a leg.
I know. He should have like how much did it cost you? An arm and a leg, but I got a half price. Yeah. I think we have that. I think you have that shirt, don't you? Didn't I make you a shirt like that?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you made it. I think we bought it somewhere, but it's upstairs.
Oh, I think we did buy it. That was before I could make things. I bought one $25 shirt and I'm like, F this. Done. I'm gonna start making them myself. Spend $500 to make a $25 shirt because that's about how I do.
What have you been making this whole time in the last 2 weeks, Sylvia?
So I traded a client service for a 3D printer and
okay
service. I do hair.
Let's rephrase here.
Anyway, she had an extra one, so she traded me that. And then I've been making so many things. Are you wanting me to say the dirty thing that I made?
No.
Yeah, show it.
No, I can't. It's at the salon.
Whip it out, Dylan. Whip it out there, Dustin.
I can't. It's at the salon.
I thought there was one sitting right around here.
No, I don't think so. But I have really ornery clients, and sometimes they have me crochet ornery things. Starts with a P, ends with an
There you go.
I do have
that's not it. Yeah, that's a 10 millimeter
socket guy.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's funny. But anyway, so they have me crochet those, and they go like crazy.
I have a middle finger guy
because I love him. I don't want him to see it all day long. Me flipping him off. So yeah, I made some 3D dinosaur with wieners on them. They're so bad, but I've already been selling them. They were for like a day. I've already been selling them.
You don't have any of them here?
No. Okay. They're in this special. Oh, I do have Mickey's, but we don't want to show that. We'll get kicked off. We
just blur it out.
Yeah.
Blur out
the tip. It's all good.
So I have this box at the salon that says like adult eyes, gag gifts, 18 and older. And you better believe like every little old lady that walks past, it's like,
what's in there?
And then, and then they'll buy them. And I'm like, y'all are dirty. It's funny.
Too funny.
It's funny. So the weather here sucks, Will. What's going on with the weather out there? Anything?
It's like 60 degrees.
It's beautiful. We all should be there.
Freaking California.
So did any of this
California, right? What part?
It is. So just outside of Sacramento.
Oh, so he didn't get any of this.
No. We thankfully don't get snow here at the house. We get it about an hour away. We go up there and play in it and come home to not having snow at our house.
See, and that's awesome because it's like mud. Like you get to slip and slide in it like mud, but then you don't have to wash it off.
Absolutely.
And you get
Self-cleaning.
to go home and it's warm. I know.
It just melts right off.
Cool. You know, I've not been wheeling in the snow yet, but Dustin didn't want me.
We went on that trip
Wheeling?
with Steve and Tyler and them.
Was it
where we
snowing?
went.
I don't remember that. Maybe it must have. It must have not been enough snow to write home about.
Maybe it wasn't.
I don't think it was. I think Steve had said that. Yeah, like I don't think so. But I wanted to go out like yesterday and today, but Dustin put the kibosh on that because since our insurance now is more than our house payment.
I just said that you don't need to be going out and pulling people out of the snow on the interstate.
He was afraid I would get an accident too, and then my insurance would be more redunculous.
Because you totaled out like 15 cars in the last 2 years, so
it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I did pull out a little S10 yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, did they S10s don't have 4-wheel drive, do they?
Not that one.
Are they just rear wheel?
Okay, that one did not. That one did not. It was actually lowered.
Oh, sounds like something Dustin would drive.
Yeah, I just resent the picture so Dustin can plug it in wherever.
Yeah, I know we had a
lowered S10 in high school.
He did, and I still dated him, and I only dated like guys in big old truck. Like
it was the 90s.
4-wheel drive. He was I don't know how
he was a city boy, and you did not date city boys. So how'd y'all wind up?
I did not. I don't know what happened, but then he told me he raced dirt track, and I was like, oh, that's kind of hot. Well, I'll go watch you do that.
Well, there was 2 other SUVs, or a pickup truck and an SUV that tried to pull him out. They ended up breaking a tow strap, but he was buried into some rocks on the back end and then mud on the front, but then also a drainage grate on the passenger rear side. So ended up throwing my track boards under his rear, and we tried to do the track board first while I was trying to figure out where I was going to tie to. If I had to pull him out, and then of course couldn't get any traction on it. So then I ended up getting a tow strap and then hooking it to the cross frame. And then
because how do you know? Like we all know where to hang it because we have like hooks and everything everywhere. But like,
nope, you just got to find a spot. You got to find a spot and hope for the best that you don't rip it out.
Well, would you tie it to like an axle, or is that a bad plan?
Oh no, you don't want to tie the axle.
Okay, so
no, I tell you,
the
subframe. So the frame, the cross frame, that actually holds the lower control arms. That's what I tie to. But you don't want to yank it.
You'd be pulling it from like one side.
No, it was kind of in the middle. But also there's cables or lines, brake lines or whatever, maybe running across it. So you got to be careful. You don't wrap your strap around those also. So you want to try to avoid all that.
Well, if you pop the hood, you could be able to run it around the radiator and core support and then hook it to itself, and
that's what I should have did.
You definitely pull it out that way.
Dustin, where were you? I should have done that.
Yeah, you need to put up with joking. Don't try this at home.
No, but I had to dig out a bunch of snow. I was using my feet, my arms to try and dig out as much snow as possible because it was buried, and the circuit was only sitting a couple inches off the ground anyway, and then it's buried in the snow. So I was able to get my strap on there, put a shackle on it, hooked it to the Jeep. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to yank you. I'm just going to pull. I'm just going to get enough to get the slack out. But what I want you to do, put it in the second gear and then just let the tire spin. So hopefully you can catch the track boards while I pull you. So that's literally what happened. Pulled him right out. No issues. He rolled right out of there.
Our group, we had a lot of Jeepers and 4-wheel drive people out yesterday helping it. It was really.
And today. All day.
Today.
Literally 36 hours, I think, is what they were saying. Getting nurses
we've estimated,
and
because I'm on that feed, we're estimating over 100 people we've got to work.
I know I had
work and home.
I had a place, the Brook had actually emailed me earlier and asked, and I gave him that number, but I was like, I think that it's probably going to be over because people got to get back to work and stuff. They can't be doing it all day, but
no, we still have people going, and then we're rolling into tomorrow and Wednesday if we have to.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, Dustin, you have to talk about our weather. So we're not going to be above freezing until like we leave for Alabama. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Louisville. It's crazy. But we were getting our weather notifications, and then my sister, who lives in Daytona, got this weather notification, and her husband sent it to Dustin. And you have to listen. What does it say? It's so like they're so dramatic. They're so. Yeah. My sister was like, she's like, don't forget to check on your elderly sister, since obviously we're gonna die here.
It says severe weather advisory, severity, moderate, possible threat to life or property, starting at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 7th. Description: what could happen? Very cold wind chills as low as 25 to 30 degrees expected. Wind chill values can lead to hypothermia with prolonged exposure.
I was like, I hope you still have a coat. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Dang, 30 degrees. That's rough.
Right. Yeah, that's Florida.
I want to ask you guys what you were drinking. See, it's been so long, I forgot what to do. What are you guys drinking? Anything fun? Will, what are you drinking?
Some tea with a little bourbon in it.
Okay. I'm like, that is not what we discussed. Icy.
What kind of bourbon?
Tea? Yeah, tell us what you got.
This is just Angel's Envy.
Have you tried, what's that one, Dustin, with the peach, and then I made iced tea, and then you and Scotty drank that? It wasn't Crown. It was something else.
That's
Jim
just
Beam?
Jim Beam peach. Yeah.
Jim Beam peach. Yeah.
So that and ginger ale.
I have a bunch of ginger ale at the house. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Bring
it tastes like the peach ring candies. Tastes
just like I like those. Yeah, I like those.
I was just mixing it with like sweet tea, because that's on there's like a steakhouse around here that has that on the menu, called like back porch tea or something, but it's pretty good.
Interesting. Yeah. So you just have a regular ice? Do you have iced tea? Are you north or south? Are you an ice? Do they drink sweet tea there or regular tea?
Here, normally it's all unsweetened, but
okay. Well, that's how it was in
Illinois.
I
drink sweet tea.
Yeah, that's how it was in Illinois. Is that we were south, but we were too north for sweet tea. Yeah, so
so you're sweet tea there. They're like,
down south, sweet tea is like you can almost eat it with a spoon. Sweet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, up north, when you ask for sweet tea, they bring you regular tea and throw a sugar packet at you.
It's not the same. It has to be hot. It has to be hot for the sugar to like melt in there.
Or give you simple syrup that's already liquefied.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Dustin? What are you drinking, Dustin?
Great Value bottled water.
Is that from the case of the water that I bought in case we didn't have water?
It is not. It's still from the old case.
Oh, good deal. So I'm glad to know that we would have lived even if I didn't go to Walmart and fight people for water. It's fine.
Yeah.
Stacey, what about you?
My water and my Starbucks and my very expensive sleeve.
That's cute though. Is it metal?
It is.
That's very cute. Yeah, that's nice.
How long is it supposed to keep your drink cold or hotter, Stacey?
An hour and a half, because it'll take me that long to drink it. Thank you, Thomas.
Tweety
what
bird.
are you drinking, Thomas?
Well, we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Water in my Bucky's cup.
Bucky's cup.
No lemon, no ice.
Straight up. I am drinking the Chi-Chi's pineapple margarita. It's yummy. So good. So good.
Chi-Chi, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, Will, would you like to start talking about yourself?
No, but I can.
No.
So we
ask questions.
So we've already discussed that you're Will and that you live in California, but can you tell us like what you do? Like where
how you got started?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name's Will. I work for Metalcloak. That's how everybody seems to know me. I've been with Metalcloak it'll be 13 years in March. So been there for a little while. Much smaller company when I started. We've grown quite a bit since, thankfully. It's been great. I've been in the industry since 2002. I got into the industry beginning of 2002, worked for another shop for 10 years before I came on board. And then,
awesome.
My day-to-day consists mainly of dealing with shops. and then a lot of the heavy tech calls, as you guys are aware.
Heavy tech call. We literally talked to Will for, I don't know, 8 months trying to figure out our issue.
It took a little while.
I'm like, he's our best friend now, and we've never met him. Like, we need help.
We've met. We met at Tennessee.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying before, like whenever we were calling you all the time, I'm like, Will's our best friend, but we've never met him.
Hey, Will, a little bit of information about Sylvia. She don't remember nothing.
It's all right.
No, but I did meet, we did meet in person at this last Tennessee. Yeah. But the first Tennessee is whenever we found out we had our problem. And what's the guy's name with the beard?
Corey.
The white beard. Corey and Jesse were who we met there.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever we called, thankfully we got you.
And then Corey was there also when we went to Myrtle Beach.
Yep. Yeah, Corey and Jesse have the CTI trailers, so they're like 40,000 miles a year, multiple events.
They do so much. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
And that new CTI trailer is nice.
All that travel has to be exhausting.
Are they married?
No.
Or together?
Yes.
Are they? They are together. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, well, because it would suck if you were gone so long and not, and you weren't with your spouse. It'd be like, I would do that with Dustin. Like, I would travel if we didn't have like Savannah or the animals or anything. Like, I would, like, that's fun if it's with your honey, but if it's not with your honey, that sucks. But I didn't know if they were together or not. I guess I haven't paid that much attention.
Yeah.
They're both very cool, so they're both very lucky.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get into Jeeps and off-roading and all that?
To stay out of streetcars. So yeah, about that.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's just as expensive and just as stupid and dangerous. So
yeah,
or more.
It's more because instead of building one rear axle, you're building two. Instead of building a transmission, you're building a transmission, a transfer case.
Right.
So it compounds. But yeah, in high school, hung out with a bunch of street racers, did that. Decided I want to keep a driver's license, wanted to buy enough K5 Blazer, built a race motor for it because things we do. So I had that.
And why not?
Yeah, it was great. It'd break 36s loose on the street. It was fun.
Nice.
Crazy. You should do King of the Hammers. We should build one of those.
So we actually raced 4,500 class for a couple years.
Oh, really? Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we had a Matson, who's my boss, one of our owners, had a 4,500 car for a couple of years, so we did that, and that was fun. And then we decided we were done doing that, and it was great.
Yeah. So how did you get onto Metalcloak? Is that how you met that guy doing the?
So no, the Ultra 4 stuff was done after I started. So I worked for the local 4-wheel parts. Around, and so I'd run into Matson at events regularly and kind of did that. Hey, when you guys going to grow and hire some people? Because I wanted out. The corporate environment just wasn't for me. It had changed a bunch over the years. When I started, it was still George's company pre-Greg, and then I worked for Greg and the corporate there, and then it just gradually went downhill. Although it was nice to see Greg pick the company back up. Now that it's back with ORW and Greg, but worked there to run into Matson at events and talk to him, and finally he called actually to look for one of my old coworkers was looking to hire him, and I happened to be coming back from lunch when my coworkers had grabbed the message, said, "Hey, Matson from Metalcloak called, they're looking to hire someone." And I went, "Okay, cool." Grabbed the message, walked out back, made a phone call, said, "Hey, here you're looking." He's like, "Yeah, if you know anybody, let me know." I'm like, no, that's why I'm calling you.
Me, hire me.
So interviewed with him the next day, put in my 2 weeks the day after that, and then
history.
On board. It's awesome. And it's been great. It's nice working for a family-owned business, making parts in the US. It's compared to a lot of, unfortunately, what we're seeing with all the big corporate takeovers and farming everything overseas and being able to keep it here has been awesome.
It's hard. It's starting to harder and harder to find places that are American made.
Yeah. One thing I love too is whenever Justin had done a lot of research before, and I didn't really care. Like whatever he said, it was fine. I was like, it's for like, is that what we're going with? Okay. I just knew I wanted it to be really flexy and tall. But it was cool because once he put his in, he actually had someone call him and like go over his plans for the build
Mhm.
to make sure that we didn't just spend a buttload of money on something that wasn't gonna work properly, which I thought was pretty cool because I know a lot of places you just order it and it just comes. and good
Yeah.
luck. I hope this works. And then
Yeah.
kind of told us about like the drive shaft and stuff that we got. And even whenever we're like in Tennessee and we were seeing, I was still rubbing in a couple spots.
Mhm.
What I really liked is that your company takes the time to, I mean, everybody was under my Jeep for like a while, like, well, that is touching here, and because they know I want to hit 1,000. I'm close.
Mhm.
But I really appreciate that you guys are like, here, call this company can do this. And I don't know, that's just something I find that I really appreciate.
We appreciate it.
Guys. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. So tell us
And that
about
phone-
go ahead.
Okay, and that
What were
phone
you gonna
call
say?
after
Yeah.
placing an order has been since day one.
Yeah,
That's
I love
always been
that.
one of those things that got implemented, and we still stick to it to this day. We've got Vinny now who that gets to do that. That's his day in, day out, is making
Yeah.
sure, confirming every order. And it's nice because it alleviates a lot of headaches for everybody. It stops the, hey, I got this,
sure.
and it's really not going to fit what I have. We
Right.
catch a
And
lot
what are you
of
supposed
that.
to do? Yeah. And then you have your whole Jeep apart and you got to wait
Mhm.
2 weeks to send it back. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yep.
But yeah, he was what I'm pretty sure is asking like what kind of Jeep we had, what we
Mhm.
were doing with it, what our wheel, like all that stuff. So
Yep.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. So tell us about is this, have you had more rigs than just the green one?
So I
Like
had
more
the K5.
Jeeps?
So
Mhm.
this is actually the first Jeep.
Okay. So tell us about some of your other builds, and then we want to go over this one. Like some of the things that stood out.
My first car, first actual mine was my 77 K5. Bought it. It was on 31, stock height, small block. Put it on 33s, turned into putting suspension under it, building a motor, started working for the shop, redid the suspension, put it on tons, 36s, moved up to Sacramento, built custom suspension, put it on 42s.
Nice.
And then because I'm in the lovely state of California, we have emissions laws here. And
Wow.
even though the
Womp
biannual
You don't
smog test
you can't get grandfathered in. They don't care.
So in California, 75 and prior is smog exempt from testing. So you don't have to do the biannual every 2-year thing. 76 and newer, smogs every 2 years. I had a 77.
Of course you did.
Yeah, that's how that worked. And it was all smog legal, but anytime I take it to a shop, they pop the hood, look at all the aftermarket under it and go, not touching it. Not worth the liability. So I wound up pulling that apart. I bought a 52 Willys wagon. So Willys station wagon.
Yeah.
And all of the Blazer running gear was good to go under that. Worked on it for a while. It sat in the garage more than not. Kind of lived there for about 4 years, 5 years. And then the wife and I had the conversation of what's going to take to finish it. And I said about 30 grand.
She said, "Get the hell out of the garage."
And we had the conversation about it. I mean, she's been around for it. She understands it. She understands what I do, what we do.
Yeah.
She enjoys wheeling, so it's good. And I basically said, and the JLs had just come out. I'm like, I'll get a JK. I can get a decent deal on one. I'll find a Rubicon. We'll build that, and I can use that for work. I don't have to trailer it. It gets street plated. Life's easy. And then we got a JL at the shop. I drove it. I got told, don't drive it because I was going to regret it. Drove it. I regretted it. I bought a JL. So I picked this thing up May of 19. And it had sat on a lot for 9 months. The dealership wanted it gone.
So you got a steal on it.
Yeah, I got a really good deal on it. And then I purposely bought a Sport knowing I was going to get it.
Right.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't do. I actually went from a Sport and then spent $20,000 extra dollars for a Rubicon.
A Rubicon Extreme Recon.
Extreme.
Yes.
Maybe 25,000 extra.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. It's fine. And then we yanked everything. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it was
going to be.
Now it's all gone.
Yeah, it was going to be about 18 grand more, 15 to 18 grand more for me to go to a Rubicon when I bought this. And I went, well, by the time I buy gears and chromollies and all that, I can order axles.
Yeah.
Yep. So, that is.
So that happened.
Where'd you get your axles from?
So Fusion built these for me.
Okay.
And I've known Dan at Fusion since before Fusion was a thing. He was a
Nice.
customer of mine before Fusion. So,
Nice.
I was
talked
happy
to
to
him
support
last week.
him. Yeah.
Is that who you talked to?
Yeah.
Was that who you talked to? That's funny. Okay.
Yeah, he still answers the phone. But yeah, I talked to him and said, hey, this is kind of what I want to do. I've got a really dumb idea, but I want to do this. We think you can do it. And so we built my front axle using Reed Super Kingpins instead of the normal Kingpins like he uses.
Nice.
It's a mixed thing because they take a lot of space. So it killed some up travel. But I'm not going to break them.
Right. What do you got in the back?
It's a 60. It's a 40 spline. When I built it, because it is e-torque, it is it is an early 2-liter. We didn't know if a 14 bolt was going to fit. Him and I had that conversation. We didn't know if I could fit a 14 bolt. So we went with hey, we'll do a 60. If you start blowing up the 60, we'll talk. And really haven't had too many issues with it.
Nice.
So
that's good.
Still waiting on somebody to come out with a e-torque delete.
Oh, I need one of those really bad.
Yeah.
I need that really bad.
Thankfully, haven't had any issues with it. So I've been happy.
You have the e-torque too?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I have one of the first 3 months of e-torque.
Oh. Okay, so mine, maybe if you ever hear anybody, since you know all the people, when mine gets cold, my power steering just blows out. And then I have to shut it off. And that happens all the time.
That's the JL thing. That is a JL thing across the board.
Have they figured out a way to fix it?
So there have been updates.
Because it sucks when you got 40s and it's really hard, and you're like, sometimes Justin has to help me steer. I'm like, help me.
So mine's been played with quite a bit between the Taser and the Apex Boost kit, and it's on hydro. So
are you on full hydro or just assist?
Hydro assist.
Okay.
Yeah, being it's street driven, it's hydro assist. So it still has a drag link, still has a steering box in it. And the steering is slow because of the RAM. So I can't, if I start sliding the rear end out, I have a hard time catching back up at the front end. And I'm working with a company right now to hopefully resolve that issue. Either going to go to a smaller diameter RAM or
are you on a 1 3/4?
It's a 1 3/4 by 9-inch is what's on this axle. And then, but we're talking to a company that's possibly able to do some stuff with the pump to open up some flow. It may not be a factory pump.
Yeah.
But it might plug in like a factory pump, which is all I need. So
I know that you can turn the factory pumps up with the settings inside. I don't know if you've done that already. I already did that.
Yeah. It's got the Apex Boost kit on it. That made a world of difference. But yeah, when they get cold, they get picky. They get temperamental.
It's so weird. Or in if it's hot, it's usually whenever I've done the ramp and really flexed out on my passenger side. So that's why I didn't know if there was what'd you say, Dustin, a pin or something? I don't know. It's so weird.
I don't know. It's something. I feel like it's in the module. It's not. I don't know if it's in the harness, because if it was, then just shutting it off and restarting it wouldn't fix it. It has to be in one of the modules.
But does yours get fixed with the Taser and the Apex and the? Do we have the Apex thing?
No,
I know we have a Taser. Okay.
No, I went to go order one, but
we're going to do hydro assist. So when I do all that, will it go away? Does yours go away?
It's definitely better. Every once
you don't
in a
get
while,
cold there. Oh, Stacy.
We still get the 20s.
Okay.
We get cold. We just don't get snow.
Where did Stacy go?
I don't know. She said she'll be right back. She has to go do something.
But you know what's also
really
funny?
Dominic to work.
You know what's really funny is that of all the times that Dustin has driven my Jeep in the cold, he has never once lost power steering ever in it. And I lose it on the way to work. It'll be 3 times on my 9-mile drive.
I think I know the problem. I know the problem.
It hates me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's afraid to do it in front of Dustin because Dustin gets so mad at it.
Yeah, Dustin would literally yank it out.
It's like a child.
It's an electrical fire on the side of the road. I don't know what happened.
It's like a child. I'm like, it's my baby. Leave me alone.
And insurance just doubled again.
Yeah. Right. And Dustin's like, it needs his ass whipped. I hate that thing. It's perfect. Leave it alone. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Stacy said she'll be right back. She didn't actually mean to log out.
You're good. You're good. So, and so you still have you say you have the 2-liter turbo in yours? Is that
Yep.
what you said? Okay. How's that? Is it fun?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Makes good power, comes on low. So getting on the freeway, I daily drive it. It's my daily.
Yeah.
So, getting on the freeway, no problem. Stop and go. It's fine. My commute's all across town, just with where we're at.
Are yours 40s right now?
Yeah.
And it pushes that good? Fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
538s.
Yep. Yeah, 538s. And honestly, if I were to do it again, I'd either back it off to 488s or 513s with the 2-liter. On the V6,
Okay.
I'd want 538s.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And it's the 4.5-inch long arm. It is the Jeep we prototyped that long arm on. So
nice.
Yeah. We had fun with
Dustin
that.
keeps trying to convince me that whenever I do this is a fight at our house, like I will yell at him fight. He wants me to go to a 4.5, or he said 3.5.
I ran 3.5 for 3 years with the tons and 40s.
Well, I'm telling you, if you don't need all that up travel. Right now you have like 6 inches of up travel that you don't need. Like,
I know, but I also like
get
my
a higher.
pool.
If you went 4.5-inch springs right now, you would hit 1,000 on that ramp. I guarantee it. On the trailer.
I know, but I would lose my cool points of being giant.
Right. Is
And
that
I
what we're
need
calling
cool-
it?
What's the take on that, Will?
It's not a preference.
I went from my feelings.
So I went from the 3.5 to the 4.5 because being out here, a lot of what wheels rock like you see, in the photo. And then also, if I go down to Southern California, we're in the desert, and I've had it doing 70.
Wow.
And you need the up travel for that. So that's where having the 4.5 kit, definitely helped. I've debated putting on 5.5. But then it's really tall in the rocks with the off camber and some of the big drops we have.
Well, not only that, like I was telling her, with the swap trusses that we're putting on those axles, like she's gonna get a truss lift anyway.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, so about 1.5 inches, 2 inches.
I was gonna say, even if she, to stay at her height right now, she probably needs to go down at least 1 inch, if not 2 inches in springs, just to stay at that height, because otherwise it's gonna be like ridiculously tall. And you're gonna stretch your shock out, so you're gonna have like 9 inches of up travel and 2 inches of down travel. It's gonna be dumb.
Maybe they'll invent bigger shocks, or we can have them made.
They're called coilovers.
Or that. Are you doing coilovers?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't go backwards.
Okay. Oh, tell us more.
Okay. So, I can get more travel out of a standard shock on this rig than I can out of a coilover.
Okay.
With a coilover, I would lose up travel to have the same droop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 12.5-inch travel in the front. I'm 13.5 in the rear with the Rock Sport Black. If I droop that front end with that custom front end, with the custom driveline, with everything that's going on in the front end, if it's hanging on a rack and it drops another 1/2 inch, it'll lock the drive shaft up. And I'm not going to break drive shafts. Not about that.
Those are expensive.
But they are. And it's a limitation. It's a hard limit. It's whether I put it on coilovers or ORIs or leave it coil and shock like I have it, it's the limit. It doesn't change. And so it's something that a lot of people don't look at. They go, oh, coilovers, race car. Cool. Yeah. Coilovers are great on a TJ or a YJ build when you're big axled and cutting everything out. And I get it. Packaging makes life easy. Yeah. With the JKs, and especially the new JLJT, the platform's so clean with shock mounting, you don't gain much.
Don't need it.
And they're loud and clunky and all that fun stuff. So,
well, there you go. Just need to get some 3.5-inch springs and.
Yeah.
You heard it from the expert here.
I didn't get the black socks.
Come from me. It came from.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Like most of the bolt-on coilover kits are running 12s in the front, 14s in the back. From what we've seen, there's some that are pushing 14s. On a coilover, most cases, because of the coil cup that holds the bottom coil spring and everything, your 12-inch shock is going to net you maybe 11 inches, 10.5 to 11 inches of actual usable. on a 14, 12 and a half to 13 inches of.
So how much do I
tread.
have right now? Like, what is mine in
You're
like
on
like
reds?
Like me and you next to each, like, what's the difference? What's the difference?
So
do I
the
have less because
Rocksport
I'm taller?
Reds, no. So height really doesn't factor in that much. It can when you're going full compression if you don't have enough weight to compress the spring. That's where we normally see that loss. But at full droop, the shock's going to be the shock.
Do I still have Rocksport Reds, or did I move to something else?
They've got you got Pro Comp.
I know that we got longer ones.
They're 14 and a half, or 14 and a half, I think. Travel.
I mean, I still have them. They're in my garage. The Rocksports are.
Yeah.
So I know on the Reds, they're 12.3 all the way around travel.
Yeah, I want to say these are the ones we put on there are 14, I believe. But
yeah,
and then we had those extender things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ones in the front that
yeah, they go on the
rear mount or what? Yeah, the bottom of the shock.
Yeah, the outboard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you have more, but you still have more travel and more down travel than what I would have.
No, up travel I'm limited because that axle up front, I can only push that axle up so far. When it articulates, I mean that tire's rubbing
stuff's
paint
up in there. I can see it. Yeah,
it's rubbing paint, so I don't get any. It doesn't wear the paint off, but it does. There's gray marks from rubber transfer. In the back, I've played with the shock mounts to get a little more out of it on the droop.
Yeah, and I know people think that doesn't that we only do it for sports and stuff, but on the trail, I really do think that it makes a giant difference on the stuff that I want to do, feeling like I'm not going to flip over because my tire, like a tire's touching everywhere generally.
Yeah. Yeah, and as long as the coil's still holding tension, you've got stability. When the coil unseats, then you start losing stability, and that added droop doesn't help much because you're not putting traction.
Mm-hmm.
We have like a lot. Ours is so super compressed.
Yeah,
like we can't even shake it out. It's crazy. Those are my favorite shocks of all time.
You have to move your track bar mount on your frame when you put the axle in the front?
No, because it's an aftermarket axle built for the Jeep. When you do the Super Duty swap, you do have to move the mount forward.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
I could not convince myself. I could not convince myself to buy them. I couldn't. I was like, I feel like I can. I know. I mean, it's a few $1,000s less to build them, but I was like, I feel like in my head, I can do like 1,000 here and 2,000 there and 3,000 there.
It's pretty much half price.
But I'm like, I can't be like, here's $24,000.
Doing all the work myself, obviously.
Yeah,
I've helped you a little bit. Included, so. I've helped you some. Bringing you water.
Yeah, if you're paying a shock
when you
swap.
need water. When you need some water.
I know he would have much rather been like, can we please just get the crate ones and not do this? But
yeah,
I'm cheap. I can't.
Yeah, because you order them and you unbolt it and you bolt the new one in and then you drive out.
You're ready to go.
It's pretty much.
I know we're not there yet.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet.
3 weekends at my buddy's place to make that 1 ton.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's so exciting. I can't wait to get tons. It'll be fun. Anything else? Any other mods on your Jeep that you really, really like?
Let's see. Of course, the axles, the 4.5 kit, full stereo. It's got a full Stinger system in it. So high 10 components in the dash, wakeboard speakers, single 12 on the tailgate. Their tailgate box.
Yep.
Trying to think what else we've done. Go Armor Light interior kit, which makes it way easier to clean. I'm so over carpet.
Yeah.
Especially because during the summer we run top off and it's dusty out here. So
yeah, I bet.
Trying to clean that out.
Do you just blow it out with like the air compressor, or do you hose it out? Or
I'll usually take the leaf blower when I get back from the trip, blow the interior out, blow the seats out, all that stuff. When the top, right before the top goes back on, is typically full on water, scrub the floorboard out and clean it all up.
You got a cage in
there?
Mine
literally.
Stock cage.
Stock cage.
Mm-hmm.
Mine literally has a half an inch of mud in it still. I have yet to I'm so lazy. Plus we're going wheeling next weekend. So
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not yeah.
Not this weekend, next weekend.
Next
This
weekend.
weekend's my birthday.
I know.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. We're gonna get pizza.
There you go.
Yay. Oh
But
goodness.
yeah, it's I mean, I
Come
kept
full
the
circle
build.
in life. Like when you're 5, you want pizza party, and now you're
42.
they're older.
I also like.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I don't care.
Now
I
they're
think I look
older,
okay
you
for
got
42.
pizza parties again.
I don't care. I should have said 52. That way people were like, dang, her skin looks good.
No way you're older than me, Sylvia. No way.
You're ancient. I mean,
I am. Dustin.
you got
Not
like
until November.
Hey, at least I still have both my legs. Oh,
That is
wait.
Wow.
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 Miss Harper.
ableist.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody shun Thomas Sloan. Like, you can't say that.
How old are you, Will?
42. I'll be 43 in April.
Awesome.
No.
That's gonna be 43 in February.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't discuss how old I'm about to be. So
He's about to be 50.
He's about to be
80.
63.
He looks good for 63, right?
He does.
So
I do.
Will, tell us some of your favorite places that you've wheeled and your least favorite. I always want to hear least favorite and why, because everyone always tells their favorite, and I have some least favorites that I like to talk about.
oh yeah, she does.
So
I absolutely have some I don't like.
Redbird.
Redbird 2X can suck it.
If anybody
So-
ever invites you to Redbird, Will, just say no.
No,
Don't
do
go.
it. Do it.
Do
Don't
not
do
go.
it.
all right, so I need some backstory. What do we got?
Oh my god, it's
Oh my
trash.
gosh.
What
It's
kind of
absolute
trails?
trash.
So
it's
just pick. Hold on.
Right.
We gotta set it up. We gotta set it up. Picture this: 1 JL and 2 gladiators. Go, Sylvia.
Okay, I'm on 38. I'm on 38. They're on 37s
37s.
and a smaller lift. All of the damn hills are like this. So
Oh.
I'm perfect.
So
Them,
Almost-
not so much. No,
almost
it gets better.
all the
And
whole
then the
time
bottoms
like that.
are also like this. So then their asses get stuck here because they're about 18
So they get
inches
high
too.
centered on the
Mother
top, and they
effing-
get wedged on the front. So
Yeah, no, I'm good.
It was
Well,
6
Well, it was
6
6
and a half
hours, and it was like a mile long
or
trail.
1
Oh, okay.
mile long bad
Yeah.
trail.
It was
So,
constant. It was winch.
Not only that,
No,
it's a mud pit. Like
You
even
went
it
right
could be
times.
dry
You
for
went
2
back.
months, and it's
So
still
then-
sloppy.
I know. So I said I'm never going back, and then Tom was like, "We got to go back." Because Stacy wasn't there that day, and I'm like, "I'm never going back." Then somehow I got roped into going like a month. Actually, I think that's why I'm muddy. Isn't that where I was at last?
Yeah, it was.
Ugh.
And I still
I got-
wasn't there.
I got sucked
I
into that one.
Thomas
I
wasn't
wasn't
there
there
either.
either.
Didn't go.
I wasn't there either.
And
Because
they wanna
I'm
go
not
on
going
to-
back to Redbird because Stacy couldn't go because she was working.
Oh,
So that's why
I
I didn't
shouldn't have went either.
Some other people set up the ride. They wanted to go.
Yeah.
We get down
It had
the
been
first
raining all
big
week.
hill. It's been raining all
Y'all
week.
weren't
We get
even
down the
supposed to
first
do
hill.
2X, first of all.
I know.
You weren't supposed to do it.
I
They're
got
like, well, we can't come here
pressured
and not do
into it.
2X because this, blah, blah, blah. So the leader gets up the first hill and around the
Scotty.
corner, the second hill, around the corner, and then snaps a U-joint in his front axle. And then
I had only went down the first hill. That
We
it was
went down the-
32 degree
I don't know.
angle, which is
Was that the
fine.
one
But
by
I
the
just
tree?
waited.
Yes.
Where the tree was on the right hand side?
So we made it
Yeah.
down that, and then 4 hours later, we finally get them back out of the trail, and we've done nothing that day except for drive in and then drive down one hill and then park and sit there.
I did not want to go. I kept telling him I don't want to go. I don't
If
want to go.
anyone ever
I
goes to
hate
Redbird
this.
again, I will not.
Don't
go.
do that
We're
one.
not going.
So I'm
No,
like,
we
and I
have to
already
do
have
it at
this
least one more time
badge.
because Stacy's
Well,
got to experience
You
it.
can have fun with that. You can take Will.
I'm good.
We had to, and Thomas, we had to. There's a spot that's so tight that
Uh-huh.
literally me and John had to shove him like this so it wouldn't rip his top off.
Yeah,
Remember that tree?
I remember.
And
I was
then
at the end of the
Amy and I mud wrestled because
Yes,
she
y'all
fell
did.
into the mud, and then I tried to help her, and then I ended
And
up.
fell in the mud too. Yeah,
You're
we
trying to
got
pull
that
it
on
out of the mud
video.
and then slid into the mud
It's
too.
it's actually
Also, yeah.
it's one of our shorts on our. It's one of our first shorts.
She was
Oh, yeah.
We did
slippery
the
from the
YouTube.
mud. It was a mess. So yeah, I don't ever
just
want to go back.
Google mud
ever.
wrestling, Will, and
But then,
Yeah, isn't that what I called it? I can't
think
remember.
I think
Something
so.
like that.
But then the rest of the park is okay, but we still had some more. I accidentally pulled Dan's tire and busted his tire off the bead trying to pull him out of that mud because I guess I was pulling him sideways. And then
accidentally.
he was giving me a hard time about my reset. It's fine. And then
You go backwards.
definitely
It's a
wasn't
reset.
on purpose.
It's not a.
Definitely wasn't on purpose.
It's not a winching. It's
Sorry,
it's a
Dan.
reset.
Sorry, not sorry. But then I thunked my mirror and we thought it broke, but it didn't. But then I jumped in a mud puddle after my mirror. I fell in the mud puddle up to my knees, and I didn't have any extra shoes, socks, pants, nothing. So I had to go the rest of the day.
She drove home
mud.
barefoot.
I did drive home barefoot. Scotty gave me some socks so I could go into the Mexican restaurant and eat.
Anyways.
Yeah,
back
well,
to your,
so,
back to your
So
favorite.
Sylvia loves.
stories.
So Sylvia loves Redbird.
No,
Got it.
I do not. There's that one, and there's one other trail that I said if I never do this trail again. Was it 16? I think 16 I was pissed off because we'd been there for 9 hours at Windrock.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even get to do the ends.
Yeah, that's where this picture's from.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, there are some that I'm like, this took my entire day and it's not fun.
Yeah, it took 9 hours to get through one trail at Windrock.
And then we had people flip
Two
over
rollers.
like
that was on the
first
Warren
3
ride,
seconds.
though, after Jeep Invasion.
Yeah, it was.
So it was
Did you go
crazy
on that
busy
one?
there anyway.
Or did you have to go home? Did you go on the Warren ride?
So no, I had to take off. We took off Sunday because Smoky Mountain's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sunday was the
so
Warren
we
ride.
took off Sunday, flew back.
You flew back.
You have some time.
Yeah.
So let's you can plan to stay.
You can ride
Sunday.
with one of us. You don't even have to bring your Jeep. You can just ride with one of us. It'll be fun. Yeah.
And I don't know who. So we rotate who does events. Like I did.
Oh.
So I did Tennessee this year, and then I did Tennessee 2 years ago.
Mm.
And we actually were out there for a week after that. I flew the wife out, and we hung around Nashville and went down to Huntsville and all that. So
Nice.
Do you guys do the Bronco one too? Do you guys
No.
do things for Bronco? No, okay.
we do.
I knew that the Bronco one.
Make stuff for Broncos, but we don't do that event.
Oh, okay, because I knew they had it the week before.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to it. Will,
Okay.
tell us about-
So favorite trails, least favorite trails. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So favorite trails. I mean, obviously Rubicon can't not have that on that list. I'm gonna say it. Least favorite, most of Moab.
Really? Why? Tell us.
It's like this. It's all side hill.
Mm.
And not my favorite thing. I will put that Jeep into some positions sideways that it probably shouldn't be in. But just to do that all day, it's a lot of the same for me. I don't know.
Very mentally taxing.
I like Moab. It's beautiful. You have to wheel Moab. Moab's a bucket list. It is a must.
Yeah.
I've done
But
it.
not more than
It's
once.
fun. I've done it. It's fun. We got it. My other
Is Sand
favorite.
Hollow pretty much the same, or is
I haven't
have you
made it
been?
down to Sand Hollow.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't been down there. It's a lot of buggy stuff from what I've seen. Like if I go, I want to take a buggy. I want to go play. The other trail actually is where this photo is from, is called Slick Rock. It's about 3 hours from us. And
Nice.
it's a fun, quick day trail. It's only about, I want to say 6 or 8 miles. But it's
Okay.
a quick little, quick trail. It's got some really good obstacles. There's stuff down there where it can be fairly easy. We actually took my buddy's stock Gladiator. He had it less than a week with paper plates on it. And we
Oh,
took it
geez.
through.
Awesome.
We've had
The
some
same
people do
line
that.
went
We've
through.
had some people do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got seat time. So yeah, we took that. He called me. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" I went, "I don't know. What are we up to?" He's like, "Slick Rock Gladiator." I'm like, "What?"
All right.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
So is it? So how are the trails and stuff down there? Because Moab is like there's like a regular road and you just kind of pull off onto Moab, right? The trails, or is it like a park?
Depends on the trail in Moab. There's a lot of trails in Moab. So
Mhm.
Moab's the area. There's a lot of trails. Like Moab Rim, 100% my least favorite trail. lots of Metal Master in Moab, I actually really like.
Mhm.
Because there's some dumb obstacles in that to play on, which I enjoy. But Moab Rim, I could leave it. We're good.
Mhm.
Um,
So like the Slick Rock, is that, since you said it's only like 6 or 8 miles, is there a park, or is that just like one trail that's just off by itself, kind of like
so
off
it's
a road?
one trail kind of off by itself. It's actually between, you pull off the highway, you kind of loop down around by the reservoir. There's a trail and you pop out at the top by the highway again.
But is it just government owned property or something? So it's
Yeah.
fine for you to be on it?
So
Okay.
out here, something different about out here compared to where you guys are, most of what we will out here is public land.
Okay.
So they're OHV trails now. We do get winter closures. Like right now, Slick Rock's closed because there's snow. Well, there's probably not snow there now, but until typically about April, from I want to say it's like October something through April, there's winter closures that we have to watch, and so it's closed. And there we get a bunch of trails that get hit by that. Some trails that are open, like the Rubicon's year round. It hits a certain point where I don't play up there. It's too steep,
dangerous,
too iced out. Yeah, I'm not about that. I've got buddies that are. I mean, I've got buddies that are on tracks, and they'll go play.
Oh wow!
But that's a different game.
Right.
Yeah.
Completely.
So, but for us, and that turns into snow wheeling season for us. So we have our rock season and we have our snow season, and we lose kind of a couple months in the middle with rain.
Yeah. So do you have to have like a special I don't know, like
Registration or something?
or anything?
Nope.
So even if you're, so I could just go out there and get on there, and they're not gonna be like, okay, you're not from California, to pay me $5 or something.
Nope.
Or
no, California
awesome.
thankfully is good about that. You do have to be registered, but being it's a Jeep with plates on it, you're fine.
Yeah.
Slick Rock is one of the trails that is, you have to have on highway registration. We have out here what's called green sticker and red sticker, although I think red sticker just went away. For it's primarily dirt bikes, UTVs, that kind of stuff. A lot of the buggies also use the green sticker registration, the off-highway registration. And there's trails that you can't take those on at all, just because they require license.
Oh, I see.
Like Rubicon's dual use,
like,
so we get dirt bikes and stuff passing us in the trail.
Interesting. Yeah, because I feel like Indiana, their parks we paid to go in, like their state parks, but here, have we paid? The only one I know is Daniel Boone, and that's free.
Well,
and you could be just driving down the road and then.
Yeah, we have Hollywood.
Oh, I'm talking about
that's like a private
government owned. Yeah, that's private.
Oh yeah. Hollywood.
Do they have any private parks out by you?
No, we have some public owned parks. So Prairie City, which is our local, and then Hollister, which is where I wheeled in high school, because it was where I lived still down in the Bay Area. Those are OHV parks, so they've got dirt bike riding, they've got tracks, it's where we with Metalcloak do our skills day, our off-road 101 class. We take over their off-road area, and we get about 100 rigs and teach newbies how to drive, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool. I wish you had that. Is that only there, or do you guys have that in different states?
So it's
like, do you ever do classes anywhere?
We did one. So Holly's Mo Party last year, not this. They didn't. I don't know if they did Mo Party this year, but last year, so 23. I flew into Louisville to go. They do it in Greenboro, and we called it Skills Day East. I went and taught that class, and then that would be so. Yeah, hopefully you get to do that again. We've talked about it.
Yeah, way different terrain for sure.
Well, and it was one of those, I landed out there and went, cool, what am I working with? Because a buddy of mine put the course together for it. He does the off-road courses for Holly for when they do their off-road stuff, Ultra USA, all that type of stuff. So I flew out, met with him, and he had kind of laid out what I needed. So it was like, okay, cool. And we go over, the basics of airing down and why we use 4 low, and
that is something that people need. Even just with the snow here the last couple of days in our club, there's been a lot of people like, please don't make fun of me, but I don't know how to get my Jeep. And the first time I had to get my my silver Jeep in I pulled out of the Sloan parking lot and I immediately pulled into Walgreens because I'm like, oh, it's slick. And I had to call Dustin. I'm like, I cannot get this stupid thing in 4-wheel drive. I mean, and even now, sometimes I'm still like, I mean, yanking and just assuming I'm breaking something, or I'll have bruises on my hand from trying to smack it forward. Don't I?
Yeah.
like my hands hurt trying. But
Yeah.
yeah, and also
No.
like never knowing, should I be in four low here or should I be in four high or do I even need four wheel drive at all?
Well, we started
I mean,
doing
you
this.
don't.
I'll say we started teaching this class back in 2012.
Yeah,
So,
no, I think that's a great thing.
Every year since we started doing 2 a year. We do a fall and a spring.
Yeah.
And it's been great. We get, and we've had someone come up and it's like, big things always no dumb questions. Like, someone's going to ask it. There's no dumb questions.
Or someone might be afraid to ask it. So for you asking a dumb question, 10 other people have that same dumb question.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And we had a guy who didn't want to ask and came up, and it was JKs were still being built. It was pre-JL. And he had bought a brand new Rubicon Recon. I mean, $65,000, full tilt, every option on it. Walks up and says, hey, how do I put this in four-wheel drive? Because the dealership didn't care. They saw the paycheck and
nope.
We'll send you a Jeep.
No, they don't care.
Have fun. And didn't teach him how to put in four-wheel drive. So we were like, okay, cool. And we ran him through, okay, here's how you put it in four-wheel drive. Here's how you put it in four low. Here's the locker switches. Here's the sway bar. Here's through all of it to make sure he was comfortable with it.
Even just knowing that sometimes you need a rock to get your sway bar. I mean, they don't tell you that. And you're on a trail and you're like, my sway bar's broken. They're like, rock your Jeep. So unless you have,
it's experience.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that it would make it, I think that classes like that, because it is scary, I feel like, to get into for a lot of people, because I feel like it can be super intimidating. And I feel like us as a group can sometimes be intimidating because people see what we're doing and they forget that we started out where they are, so I feel like if they know if they feel like they know a little bit going out instead of being completely clueless, that they'd be more likely to, try it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. All those, whenever we do our super newbie runs, even to the horses, to us, we're like, this is literally like a backyard, but to them, they've never been off concrete and they're, and they put it in four-wheel drive, which they probably don't need, but they learned how to put it in you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And someone probably got winched that day, so they learned something like that. But I feel like, something like a Metalcloak 101 class. If you have another one out this way, make sure you tell us. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'd love to help.
Absolutely.
Do whatever.
Love to be part of it. Yeah, help me. Whatever.
Most definitely.
I've met Holly once. I've only met her once, and then I was like fangirled, so I was weird.
Starstruck.
And I wasn't expecting her to be tall. So then I was like,
oh, she's tall.
Yeah, she is.
She's tall. She's like, I bet she's 5'8" or 5'9". I was like, oh my gosh, you're Holly. And then I'm like, I swear I'm not this big. I mean, I'm a goober, but usually
100%.
Yes.
Taylor Swift I wouldn't have gave a crap about, but there's a couple wheeling people that I'm like, oh my gosh, I watch all your videos.
That's how we ended up on Trail 16.
Oh, I know, right? That is exactly how we ended up. We're
Marvin from
what trail were we not supposed to do, Sylvia? What trail?
Again,
we talked for over 2 months. We already planned to do the Warren Trail.
I don't care what we do, but we're not doing 16.
And everybody's like, no, we're not doing 16.
Like, what?
I was the first one in the chute, and I was like, hey, Sylvia, come up here real quick, because they got a list of names and trails. And then all
Marvin
she saw was Marvin. She didn't see
that's where we're going.
I was like, Sylvia, it's Trail 16. She's like,
I don't care.
Body damage is worth to trail with Marvin.
It is. There's certain. I don't know.
It didn't matter who we had with us. It was y'all's two vehicles can make it. Screw everybody else.
It was Marvin. I had to.
Well, did you know on the radio? It said, I know we discussed it, and we're not going to be doing anything crazy, but just a heads up, we're doing Trail 16. What?
And everybody was in, though. Everybody was like, oh, okay, let's do that.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And I think I lost him. I lost Amir. David lost the mirror. That one guy rolled over, but
Shelby lost the mirror too. His driver.
Shelby did lose the mirror
on his Gladiator.
For the most part, it was mainly.
We had three gladiators. We had three gladiators in the group.
Yeah, we did have this one guy, and
two YJs.
So nice. And we didn't. we thought he was joking because he
Minutes
said, "Oh, it's
before we
my
left.
first trip," and we were like, "Oh, okay," and he's like, "No, really," and then we're like,
I just
"Oh
finished
my
building
God."
this
We
thing. I've
literally
never taken
had
it
just
off road.
invited him. We had just invited him the night before, and we thought that he'd
But
build a little bit.
we told Shelby, hey Shelby, he just told us that he's never will. Well, we'll see what he can do.
I mean, he did fine. Other than that, he just went up too high.
Well, and he couldn't. He had just did
yeah.
a slip yoke eliminator on his transfer case, and something was messed up, and he couldn't get it
Couldn't
in
get
four
into
low. He
four
only
low.
had four high.
And it's
And
a
he was a
manual.
manual.
And it's a
Yeah,
manual.
and a manual transmission.
Oh,
So
bad.
it was a rough day.
So again, I did not enjoy 16 that much that day. That I wanted
had a
to go home.
blast on 16.
I wanted to go home by the end of it.
9 hours on one trail.
It was so much. But we had it was funny because
then a
we
4-hour drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. We had went to that Junction 35 the night of Friday night, and we had the tasting of, because I literally
Why
my
not?
liver hurt that whole week. I woke up in the morning slamming. It's fine. I'm not usually a big drinker. Like on Mondays, I have a drink for here, and then maybe like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. But we had a moonshine tasting. And there was like this great big German guy in there, like loud and funny. And he was in our group. We're like, okay, it ended up being freaking Axel. It ended up being Marvin's dad.
Oh.
We didn't know it till the next morning.
Yeah, we
were
showed
like,
up. The trail takes you in line.
He's like, oh, my drinking buddies.
And then they both started talking, and then we put it together. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think they're both from Germany. And then they're like bickering, and I was like, that is most definitely his dad. It has to be his dad. And then we figured it out.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
It took us a minute. He was so funny though, and he could hold his liquor. German, that's where I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was a lot of fun.
So what do you have coming up, Will? Anything big coming up?
Nothing big right now. We're kind of in that lull between events. They start kicking off again in February. We've got our local, so Cal Four Wheels, our local California Off-Road Association, big state program, and they've got their convention coming up. So we'll have our local CTI trailer. We've got two, the one Corey and Jesse have, and then we have one at the office. So we'll have the trailer out there, and then we've got our Winter Fun Fest. So it's the Cal Four Snow Run coming up.
Oh, nice.
We got a vendor booth there, so probably head up to that. Other than that, not a whole lot until it starts warming up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fun. Do you guys? I know you guys just had your big. Do you have a Christmas sale, or was it just a Black Friday sale? Do you guys have any?
We do the Black Friday sales, so it's all the way through, and then I know we typically do a giveaway that'll probably be coming up. Our I Resolve to Jeep. We typically do, so that's probably going to come up. It's typically sometime in January when we do that.
Okay, so people look out on their socials. I know I just know you have a 4th of July one because that's fully bought ours. The 4th of July? No, it was Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, yeah.
That's it. Memorial Day is a big one. Labor Day.
Yeah, and then I put it on for 4th of July. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and those good sales going on. Anything? You probably can't say if there's anything that you guys are working on new coming up, or can you? Is there anything?
Think of if there's anything that's
like in production or something like I don't even know how you can say and not say.
Smaller stuff we're working on. I mean, the Rock Sport Blacks and the baller joints have been the big long-term projects.
Yeah.
So now that we've got those done, now it's just production and getting up to scale and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we do all those in-house. So it's learning how to get more efficiency out of the machines and get turnaround times down.
Yeah, because you guys have your own little engineers and all that there, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
we're an engineering-based company. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we get to do all that in-house. We do all our manufacturing in-house as much as possible.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those companies are hard to find too, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we've got going on other than just, the day-to-day.
Yeah, when are you going to come out and visit your brother in Wheel? Yeah, because his brother lives.
I mean, I talked to him earlier today. Well, I messaged with him earlier. I'll probably call him when we're done here, because I gotta wait till he gets off work. But yeah, he's out there. He's in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because we live in Fern Creek. And where did you say he lived?
Over by the GE plant. I think it's GE.
Yeah, so he's probably within
And it's
2 or
probably
3 miles
close,
from us.
fairly close.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, especially as the crow flies, we're pretty
Yeah.
close to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's kind of over in that area. So, and he's talked about buying a Jeep,
He would have friends immediately.
but he hasn't.
No
done it,
matter
so-
what, even if you don't want friends, you get on with a Jeep.
Yeah. Oh, we know. He knows. He used to wheel with us out here.
You
And
probably
he's
get
got a
a
Raptor.
good
so-
discount on some lift kits or something.
Yeah.
Especially because
I'd
I'd set it up so I could steal it when I get out there.
right. Yeah,
Exactly. So we need to convince him he definitely needs one.
Yeah, he's got a Raptor, so he still does the off-road thing, more the overlanding side. So
Yeah. He should join us on here. We have overlanders. We're getting to the where we're overlanding, but it's gonna be an RV at this point.
It's not over.
But I've noticed
That's not
that. So like some of our friends, whenever they overland, they don't actually overland on the trail. They still go back to like a parking place and
But that's
just
not.
sleep on top
I
of
don't
it.
think that's overlanding still.
that's
Not
car camping.
overlanding.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's just
I
sleeping in your car.
Yeah.
That's car
But I
camping.
mean, seriously, most of the people that we know, they whenever we were staying at the campsite, there was people that
Oh,
were
yeah.
sleeping on top of their Jeeps there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, and I mean, we've been looking at the off-road trailers too. So
yeah.
Yeah,
That was pretty nice.
But that would be I don't know how you drag that behind you because there's
I wouldn't want to drag a
There's-
trailer through a
Mm-mm.
trail. I don't think.
not on like rocks and stuff. That sounds horrible.
depends on the trail. Some of the out here with some of the roads we get, some of the desolate, some of the desert stuff, you can get a pre-runner out there, but you know you're getting out. It's definitely not, hey, we're going to take the little baby tired RV out there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
something on a little baby
Well,
tire.
and
with some suspension on it.
how would you do it? Like if you went down and your trailer's up here, then how does that
They have their special
Articulating
hitches.
hitch.
Yep, there's
an
special hitches for
articulating
that.
hitch? Oh, okay,
Yep.
because I was like, that
Oh yeah,
sounds like a
It's not set up
terrible
like a regular
plan.
ball hitch.
You can-
like that sounds
you can grab
really-
the trailer, completely roll it over, and it doesn't bind up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I've seen them. They're pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
that might be a
buddy of
little bit better.
Buddy of mine called me after he went on a trip and it's like, so I think we have to look into these.
You're like, great.
That's awesome.
So does
Yeah.
it have like an anti-rock? Does it have like a anti-rock or something on it to keep it stable?
No, they're they're suspension. They're the ones we're looking at are on 33s or 35s.
Mhm.
So they got
Just
a
like
little
leaf-
height to them. They're
Like a
kinda
leaf
like a
spring
teardrop.
setup or something.
yeah, leaf spring, or there's a
There's some that
axle-less
are
setup.
yeah, there's some that are like an independent setup, but it's not like a regular independent.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we've been looking at those and realize those things are stupid expensive.
Yes.
Oh.
Like-
stupid
Yes, like
expensive.
Like
I'm like,
$30,000
what?
teardrop.
Wow.
I know. Like, and the kitchen is on the outside. There's no bathroom, and you can't even stand up in it.
Uh-huh.
I know. I mean, I appreciate them, but no, thank you. That sounds
Mhm.
horrible.
Yeah.
That sounds not. That sounds claustrophobic. Like you're
Not
like,
bad.
I don't know. I don't even know how you get back it. I guess you just have to sit and scoot.
They got side doors, so you kind of get.
I guess I do. Yeah.
Depends on which.
But then
kind
if
you
I have
get,
to pee, then I have to crawl over Gustin to get out.
At least I only have one leg, so it's less to crawl over.
That's true. That's true. I can get rolling before.
Yeah,
I
you get a
roll to the
rolling
right,
start.
and you're-
Yeah.
and then I just got to go over one leg.
For Dustin and 3 dogs together.
That is true. Like our
Oof.
dogs would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our big one, she's a monster. She's so heavy, and she does
I
not
understand.
move. Like she doesn't move. Like I could roll Dustin over for some reason. I cannot roll her. She's complete dead weight.
dead weight.
She's like pushing Jello, like very heavy Jello.
yeah. I was thinking if mine snuck in here, he didn't.
Not yet.
My,
What do you
mine
have?
is- I have a European Shepherd.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So think German Shepherd,
but big.
and bigger.
about 130 pounds.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trim.
nice.
Trim. He's
Does
big.
does he lose? Does he shed as bad as the regular?
Oh, yeah.
Shepherd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's just way more vocal.
Always mouthier. That's funny.
Yeah, he's a talker. But we wheel with him. The back seat is his.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Our little ones want to sit in the front with us. And
He
then
wants to sit in the
Wavy
front,
just
too.
sleeps. Oh. Well, Wavy tries to get in the front. We have to tell her no. Because she's just
Yeah.
way too big.
Way
There's
too
no
big.
room.
She tried to sit on the center console.
Up in the floorboard. Quite a few
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah, Bentley usually winds up in the floorboard because Dustin doesn't hold on to him well.
Yeah.
It's your fault, Dustin.
I mean, I gotta hold on to something too. The way she drives, like I can't hold on to the dog and hold on to myself. It's
The
every
seatbelt
man for
holds on to
himself.
you, honey. Oh, yeah, that was some funny videos where you see Bentley and next thing you know, you don't. And then he's
Poor Bentley.
He's coming down the hill and hits the thing, and the dog just goes shoop. He's just gone.
Right off the console into the floorboard.
he
Sorry,
doesn't
Bentley.
even care. He's just so happy to be
Yeah.
there. He doesn't even care. That's so
That
funny.
was Odie.
So, Will, do you have any funny or crazy wheeling stories that you want to share with us? Anything stand out?
I mean,
Or oh shit moments?
so yeah, sure, why not? So this was fun. I had the Jeep for about 9 months before I built it. No, about a year. It was about a year by the time we finally got it all done because COVID hit and slowed some parts down. So I get it all done. Cool. Buddies call me, hey, we're going in Rubicon, into the Springs. You got to come in. Okay, cool. Right. Metalcloak actually has an adopt a trail section of the trail. So we were doing trail inspection with my club that I wheel with. And so cool. Picked up one of my guys, take the Jeep. It had been on tons for 2 weeks. So
That was your 40s. Shakedown run.
Oh, 100%. Brand new 40s. The kid had been on it for a while because I had it on 37s for a bit. But yeah, it was, brand new 40s, brand new axles, brand new drive shafts, whole new setup on steering. Wasn't on hydro yet, but not what I had been wheeling. I'd been wheeling shop JK on 37s for a lot. I wheeled it a little bit on 37s, but it was on stock sport axles, no lockers, and 345 gears. So it wasn't great. So we take it up, we go up the backside through Tahoe and drop in down Cadillac. Coming down Cadillac, there's traffic coming up. Cool. I found a spot, pull off to the side, let them pass. The rear ended slid. I couldn't back off of it. Well, going forward meant doing this.
Oh, yeah.
The ground was about 18 inches out my window was the trail. I had it on its side.
Nice.
Yeah, he was out. He was spotting me. So I'm like, so what do I do? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, there's no good answer. I'm like, cool, I'm going to dump this thing on its side in a spot that's going to suck to recover in a rig that I've owned for about a year.
Yeah.
My wife's going to be pissed.
Yes.
So he's like, we kind of looked, it was in a hole. He's like, turn driver as you pull forward. And as I pulled forward, it dropped the passenger off this tree root, leveled out, and I could breathe again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But it was one of those.
Yeah, I feel like we should have those emergency rafts that, like you pull and they go boof. So I feel like in situations like that, we need to throw it under you and be like, okay, we're ready. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it was
quick
one of those.
Inflatable balloon. Yeah.
I realized how stable that Jeep is, even really off camber, but it wasn't the most comforting. And then that same trip wound up pulling from basically the same point all the way out, towing a broken rig out. So the Jeep got to work out that trip.
It was a good shakedown.
And then ran full trail 2 weeks later with it, no problems. So that was awesome. A plus. Yeah,
that's awesome. Have you ever dumped any of your rigs on? Have you had any of them on their side or on their top or anything?
I've had rigs on the roof. It happens.
Yeah.
Typically, it hasn't been with any of mine, thankfully.
So I'm going to borrow my buddies.
That's what buggies are for.
It's not mine. So why not?
That's why we all need a buggy.
Put a buggy on its lid in a bunch of rocks in Outer Limits on hammers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. I always I don't know if you watched the last couple of the 24 hours to hell and back, but They dumped a couple over too.
I haven't had time to watch the last one. I know Andrew.
Yeah, the third one dumped yesterday.
Good
yes.
last trip.
Yes. Yeah. Will other Will, and then the other guy who whenever he was going up that hill, and remember his back tire caught that tree. He was in.
Oh yeah, and he flipped it. Yeah, when it hit the tree.
Yeah, and then like thunk. I was like, oh.
He rolled down the hill.
I'm like, that has to like not feel good. I mean, I know that he was safe because of his cage, but
and being strapped in
makes
a huge difference.
Do you have 5-port harness in that one?
Not yet. It's something I go rounds with because it's a factory cage, because I daily it. It's still got stock seats. So
Dustin said that we could put a bar behind us and it would just go over my stock. Isn't that what you said? That I can still keep my stock seats?
Yeah, Rock Hard does a harness bar that goes behind.
It goes right behind the seat, and then you can actually run the harness under the headrest.
And I've
looked even around it too, depending on
because I have my seats are that saddle color that everybody wants, so I have cute seats.
Yeah,
we need to get the cage in there.
I know. I came downstairs the other day and I'm like, "What are you watching on YouTube?" And he's like, "B-pillar delete." I'm like, "Am I getting a cage next?" I need to get my tons first.
You have to cage it to do a B-pillar swap. Yes.
Yeah. Like, am I getting a cage next? Why are you watching them cutting? He's like, it just came up.
I mean, it's gonna be next after the axles go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine once I have a cage? I want to be annoying.
Freaking half doors are ridiculous, though.
I know.
They're so expensive.
We should just make some.
And I'd feel really bad smashing a set of factory half doors.
Yes.
I think
we
could just get
$4,000 basically. I think
just do the half doors like Danny Decker did, where he just put that sheet metal on the outside and it looked good on those tube ones.
Yep, Motobuilt has some doors.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care, so I don't care.
I'm wondering when she's going to get a daily and stop daily driving this one.
I only have to drive like 8 miles to work, so I'm pretty sure like 44s and 2 miles per gallon will be fine.
Right.
8 miles is going to take her an hour to get there.
I mean, I drive.
It's on. You want 44s? You're gonna have to cut the back door and the whole rear tub off to get.
You might as well. Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and tube the back of it.
So when you get these calls on why stuff's not working on her Jeep, ask her what she's got on it.
Well, if
don't ask me because I don't know. You'll have to ask him. Don't ask me. I don't know.
What size tires do you have now?
Yeah, pretty much. I know what size tires I have.
That's why I didn't put mine on 42s this last set.
Exactly. Thomas wants to go 42s, and he's like, I don't know if I'm ready to start cutting stuff.
Well, he wouldn't have to cut
it's a little easier
mine.
On the Gladiator. It's
Although,
a lot easier.
The rear is a lot easier.
Next Venture
on the
did just come out with a fender and the fender chop and inner fender for the 42s.
Yeah,
Next Venture did.
Yeah,
for the JL for the JT.
They've had it for the JL for a while. They just came out with the rear fenders for the JT. Which is on my list. It's on my list.
If he wasn't on board, then he wouldn't know this. He wouldn't have already been researching it.
I mean, I wasn't researching it. I just see new stuff whenever it comes through. I think Patrick actually sent it.
And if
Patrick's my buddy.
Lightbright was the one.
Yeah, Patrick is the worst.
Tested it out for Next Venture.
Yep.
So and then of course they're
they
all
don't even have 42s.
Fenders.
I think it was Off-Road and Chill. They have it on their white one.
Well, it's fine because I wanted 43s anyway.
No, they have. I don't know if they have them on Marlins or not.
I think they do.
But I know. But
what was Luna on?
Next Venture does. Hers is a JK.
JK.
Yeah.
Oh, JK. That's right.
Yeah. Hers.
What's that other girl? Brittany. Is hers a JK or JL?
It's
Brittany's
a JL.
Stepchild is a JL.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's on 40s.
Stepchild's a JL. And it's on 40s, but
as well.
But their fenders will support up to at least a 42 for clearancing purposes.
For just in the rear,
which is on my list.
I want in the front, pretty much, right?
The front's where I was having issues.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. I was going to lose 2 inches of up travel to a 42.
Yeah, we
What fenders do you have on yours?
I
put
have
Motoville
so
fenders on mine.
So I have our guts kit on mine. So it's the factory Rubicon fender, just the upper shell.
Gotcha.
And I'm into what I'm into with the tire is the inner structure. I'm actually into the main bracing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's the width of your axles?
72.
72.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I were to do it again, and Dan and I have talked, I'd go 73 and a half.
Yeah.
Can you just put those spacers on your wheels and push them out a little bit?
It'd make it worse.
It would.
Yeah, I need the wider
what about
axle
different wheels
so I can run the high offset to keep the wheel pulled in.
That's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Because I'm on a 5-inch backspace. Moose. Here's my
Moose. Oh yeah. He's more like black and gray than brown, huh?
He's black and white. Let's see if I can.
Okay. This. I just saw his little face.
That. Just background.
Do you have a picture of him?
Oh, he wandered off.
Come here, Moose. Moose, come back.
You
can send a picture of him. You can send a picture of him to Dustin. We'll put him up there.
Yeah, we'll throw a picture.
Yeah.
I know our two big dogs. Well, I wouldn't call them big compared to y'all's two big dogs, but ours have been running around back there. They're right at 50 pounds. We got a Dalmatian and then Border Collie.
Oh, I see him. Yeah.
Yeah. Allie popped in front of at the beginning. Yeah, Allie was running around looking at us. I don't know where she's at right now. She's the Dalmatian. Oh, is she sleeping? Yeah. Yeah, Diesel's been running back and forth. He's the Border Collie that's sitting back there behind Stacy on the chair.
Do you just have the one dog, Will?
No, we have a 3-legged golden retriever, a white.
Does he like to wheel too?
Oh.
No, he hates cars.
No. Oh.
Yes, just like Justin. He's missing a front.
Is it a friend? Left though?
Yes,
left leg will get you every time.
Right.
Actually,
every time.
He's got the little chicken wing. It's awesome.
Oh, poor Dustin. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
What, Stacy?
I don't know.
So do we have anything coming up? Do we have anything coming up or going on the next? Trying to think about us. Will said he doesn't really. He has a.
We're doing our Alabama trip to Stony in 2 weeks.
Stony Lonesome.
Yeah, Will, you want to go to Stony Lonesome?
In 2 weekends.
I'd love to.
You want to go to Stony Lonesome? We're going the 17th. We're willing the 18th and 19th. Yep. But I'm going to the 17th to the 20th.
So that's the same weekend we've got the snow thing. Winter Fun. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But if you went,
or move it.
You know,
we can cancel ours and go to the snow thing with Will.
Where is Stony Lonesome?
Alabama.
It's north. It's about 40 miles northwest of Birmingham.
So you could fly right in there and then we come pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my dad lives just north of Birmingham.
So
they're actually going to probably come and meet us.
South of Huntsville.
Okay.
So,
what do you do Memorial Day weekend?
It depends on the year. We'll either go to the lake or do the boat thing, camping thing, or go wheel. Usually that's a bit less on the trails because everybody
goes there. Yeah, we're gonna go to S'more this Memorial Day. Out kind of by the Lake of the Ozarks? Is that where it's at?
It's in Missouri.
Missouri Lake at the Ozarks.
It's like 9 hours from here, so I don't even know how far it is from you. Probably 12.
It's gonna be a while. Yeah. He'd have to fly out and just meet us.
Yeah, that'd be a fly. Moab's 16. So
if you know anybody with like an Army cargo plane, then you could load your Jeep in there and then they could fly. You could just drive out and then the parachute in.
I've debated.
The Army does it.
Fast and Furious.
I've debated shipping.
You know what?
Right onto the trail.
We can make it one of those classes, and then I bet it's like tax deductible. So then
I still fly out. Yeah, no, I still fly
out with your. That's so funny. Yeah, so we have our trip. I have my birthday.
Yeah.
Weekend at the pizza place.
Nope.
I think of
And
what
then we
else.
have our for our Jeep Club, Louisville Voodoo Jeep Club. We have our first event this
I don't think
Thursday, right?
I don't think
It
it's
had been
happening.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Whenever
it would
this
be
airs, it'll be
yesterday.
yesterday. It's
We've
fine.
got 8 feet of snow, so they're probably gonna cancel that.
Nah.
8
I have
feet of
jury
snow.
duty for the next 2 months. Yay!
Oh, did
Do
you get
you really?
selected?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So you're like on the
Oh,
jury now.
yes,
Well,
I have to call every Monday to find out if I have to be there on Tuesday or I have to be there on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Dang. That stinks.
for the next 2 months. It's stupid here.
Why is it 2 months?
I don't know. It's
Because
Hardin
that's just
County.
how
Because it's probably grand. Are you on a grand jury or
not a it's
Are
yeah,
you selected for a trial yet, or are you?
not
No,
yet?
Okay,
it's,
she's just
several
on
different
jury duty.
trials. It's several
Okay.
different trials.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be
Well,
something
yeah,
that
but
lasts. It could be something that lasts the
3
whole
days?
time, or it could
2
be something that
weeks?
lasts a
at
day.
least the way it works here
A
in
week.
Jefferson is two weeks. You just go there for the pool every day for 2 weeks, and then if you don't get selected, you get to
There's
go home.
there's A and B, and I'm on panel A. And so panel A can be called every single week, but we might be called for Tuesday and we might be called for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then there may not be any trials that week.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they canceled everything for today and tomorrow
Yes.
already.
If school's canceled, trials are canceled.
Mhm.
So
So
do
this
we have
snowstorm needs to last for the next 2 months, and
right.
it'll be good.
She's just gonna have to go back again. I mean, once it gets uncanceled, so
Yeah.
you have to do it. I think.
I don't know. I just keep my Texas driver's license and stay Texas resident,
that's
and
not gonna happen.
and I don't
Until
have to
you
worry
get
about
called
any
for
of them.
jury duty in Texas, and then you gotta.
Yeah,
Well,
but I'm here
I
in
know, but
Kentucky,
since
so I can't.
I'm sure after military he can leave
Yeah,
for a minute.
well, with me
No,
being
you have
retired
to send a
now,
copy of your
Yeah.
ID. So that's not gonna happen even.
yeah, I'm gonna have to
He
pick a
has to
place.
switch over. Yeah.
I got to pick a place now that I'm retired.
Man.
Pick somewhere warm.
That's
Not
crazy.
Florida
That's what I do.
or Hawaii. No, I don't mind it here. It's not too bad.
Well,
Texas
Will, we
is way too
appreciate
hot for
you.
Stacy. So
No problem.
We really appreciate
Sorry.
you coming on. And
Sure.
you guys got anything else?
No.
Other than make sure you like and subscribe
Oh
to
yeah.
us. And then,
I
Will,
mean-
what's your
Yeah.
social media handle on Instagram? We'll make sure people give you a little follow.
Yep.
So Cloakito. So it's Cloak for Metalcloak, and then Hito because it's Mojito Green. That's where that kind of started.
Is there an underscore or is it just
Yeah, so it's Cloak_JITO is my social
On Insta.
Instagram, TikTok, and that's about it.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Make sure you go give him a follow too. And of course, follow Metalcloak
Mhm,
and buy
of
all their
course.
things because Metalcloak's the best. Sorry, Thomas and your rock crawler stuff. It's fine. We will constantly. He's like, rock crawler's the best. I'm like, Metalcloak's the best.
All right.
They each have their own. They each
and
have
then
their
Dustin-
own little toys.
And then Dustin will be like, Toyotas are the best. I'm like, shut up. No one asked you. No one asked.
Dustin hates Jeeps completely,
He says that.
but yet he's still buying all the stuff.
That's how it works.
I mean, happy wife, happy life. That's what they say, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's a Toyota fan, but he drives a Nissan, so that make sense.
Have we even had a Toyota? I mean, I had 2 Lexuses, but
That's the Toyota.
yeah,
Falls under Toyota.
I had an Infinity, and then so I've had 2 2 Toyotas and 2 Nissans.
Yeah.
2 Jeeps.
Japanese cars are the best.
They're not the coolest though. Jeeps are the coolest. But anywho,
And on that note,
Will, don't hang up yet, okay?
Okay.
But same place, same time next week. We will see you guys.
later.
All right, later.